Maz, how's it going?
Still stuck in a field, would you believe it? Where once there were just sheep, there are now sheep and cows. Do you have any experience with livestock?
I had a pet rabbit.
Yeah, I was a city boy. We had a goldfish. Now, did you find the cutter's stone?
Yeah, I tried to call you, but it wasn't connecting. The stone is pretty much as the sign next to it described. It's probably Neolithic. I'm guessing it was used in rituals, that kind of thing.
Oh, rituals you say? So, pagan sacrifices, virgins, witches and the like?
Probably more at the goats and chickens end of the spectrum, but blood will have been spilled.
Perfect! That is exactly the kind of juicy detail I was hoping for.
So what's next?
Well, I really wanted to look at this next location with you. It's a rooftop garden built in 6 sections. Pretty interesting design, but I guess you'll just have to walk me through it over the radio.
How do I find it?
It's called the Horologium.
The clock?
Yes. No idea why. Not a single clock in the entire area. It's signposted, so if you head towards the physics building, you should be able to find your way from there.
Okay, thanks.
Let me know when you arrive.
Makes me want to crouch behind a wall. I bet Bert and Ernie were part of the cover-up. Things were a lot simpler in 48K. What's been going on here, I wonder? Atari never had balls like that. Yeah, one of Harrison Ford's best performances.
No sign of anybody.
Hello?
Hi, could I speak to Len Harris, please?
Speaking.
Hello, Len. My name's Tom. I'm calling from Ashgate University about the film they're making here. Old something.
Old Gods Rising?
No, that's the one. I heard you were the man to talk to.
Oh, I'm all over it. It's amazing. Have you seen any of the stuff they brought in?
What kind of stuff?
Well, I saw some men in gas masks a couple of days ago. Couldn't really tell what they were bringing in, but there's some really cool stuff being kept in Storage Building 2.
Where's Storage Building 2?
It's out behind the Silent Sisters. Just follow the signs.
Surely it's locked, though.
Okay, I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but at the back of the building there's a ventilation intake, and if you freeze it up, the big door at the front opens slightly to keep the air flowing.
Is that legal?
To quote one of the greatest films of the 20th century, a life lived in fear is a life half lived.
Apocalypse Now?
Strictly ballroom.
Okay, but how do you get it to freeze up?
There's a fire extinguisher hidden in the grass at the back. Works like a charm.
Well, thanks, Len. You've been most helpful.
Oh, if anyone catches you, don't mention my name. After that thing with the pigeons and the avocados last year...
Mum's the word. I'd definitely give this a thumbs up.
So, what was next?
What's happened here? Who on earth would be digging up graves? And what were they looking for? Maz?
Professor, you found the Horologium?
I have. Looks like we've got some more stones to examine.
Tell me what you see.
Now, that's the name of the Chinese god of thunder, Lei Gong. I remember he was part owl, and had a hammer and a drum. Date of origin is more difficult, but as Taoism is at least as old as the Yellow Emperor, Huang Di, we could be looking at around 2600 BC.
God of Thunder? Like Thor?
Yeah, most civilizations invented gods that represented parts of nature.
Makes sense.
It looks like the key could turn this. But I'd probably better finish examining all the stones before I tried. So here we have a symbol for Hathor, ancient Egyptian goddess of, among other things, love. Hathor was referenced as early as the First Dynasty, which stretches back as far as 3000 BC. But this hieroglyph is more likely from the Middle Kingdom. Roughly 2000 to 1600 BC, I think.
Still pretty old then.
Yeah, well, that's why we call it Ancient Egyptian. Aha! We're in pretty familiar territory with this one. These are runes, specifically Elder Futhark runes, or Proto-Norse if you prefer. That's the name of Odin, father of the Norse gods, who, as you know, is represented in the modern era by a one-eyed Sir Anthony Hopkins.
He was pretty good in those films.
A national treasure. Okay, this is a carving of Texistecatl. He was the old moon god in Aztec mythology. Now, this depiction looks similar to an illustration in the Codex Borgia, which would put it somewhere in the late post-classic period, between about 1250 and 1500 AD.
Aztec? Like Mexican Aztec?
Yes, I'm pretty confident we're not talking about the Canadian Aztecs.
Ha! Fair enough.
This looks like the Sanskrit word for Shani, a Hindu god whose name appears in early astronomical texts, right back to around 400 AD.
Okay, well, that's unexpected.
Well, that's clearly Ares, the god of war. The symbol is in Linear B, the syllabic script that predates the Greek alphabet, which might put it as far back as 1400 BC.
As old as that?
Well, in the late Bronze Age, the Mycenaean civilization collapsed, and we had what's usually called the Greek Dark Ages. So, yes, it's pretty old.
Fascinating. So, what does it all mean, Professor? Are these just random words and symbols?
I don't think it's random. There has to be a reason why they've been brought up here and arranged like this.
Are there any other clues in the area?
Nothing I can see. But I think this might be something Lex could help with. There's a phone in the warden's office where I found the key, so I'll go and give her a quick call.
Great. Let me know what she thinks.
Hello?
Lex, hi. I'm trying to figure something out. I thought you could help.
Okay, it's on more stones, is it?
Yes, 6 of them.
It's like the Rocky Horror Show up there.
Seriously?
Rocky, you know? Like the musical Never mind.
Your brother warned me about this.
Sorry. It's pretty much a medical condition.
So look, there are 6 stones, each with a carving that represents either Odin, Shani, Leghorn, Hathor, Ares, or Texistocatl. Now, they've got to be tied together in some way, surely.
They're all gods.
Well, yeah, but why those 6?
Is there anything special about the place they're in?
Not really. It's called the Horologium.
Could it be that simple?
What?
Texistocatl was a moon god, so Monday. Ares was essentially the Germanic god Tu, so Tuesday.
Of course. Odin is obviously Wednesday, and the thunder god Leghorn covers Thursday.
Hathor was linked with Aphrodite and Venus, so Friday.
And Shani is clearly Saturday. Brilliant, Lex.
I feel like my PhD has finally paid off.
Right. Oh, I'm going to go back and have another look. Thanks again.
Happy to help. Enjoy your stones.
Thursday, so that would be 4. Friday, so that would be 5. Wednesday, so that would be 3. Monday, so that would be 1. Saturday, so that would be 6. Tuesday, so that would be 2. Okay, Maz, you there?
What's happening, Professor?
The symbols on the rocks were a kind of code to open the doors into the central building. I'm heading inside. This is incredible. It's like an incomplete orrery. This is clearly meant to be the first 6 planets of the solar system. Ah, the days of the week. They also represent these planets, of course. Is this supposed to represent where the planets are right now? I need to find out what it means.